Hi everybody. I'm back again. I'm going to be doing a video here about installing AIX 5.1 on an RS6000. That guy over there. I'm pretty excited to do this video because hi everybody. Because I have a new tripod. I don't have to hold anything anymore, so the videos should be very stable and hopefully significantly nicer to watch. I'm also very excited to do this video because this is the graphical installation. Normally you would see me doing this on the serial terminal here. That's sort of the server version of doing this on an RS6000. Instead, I'm going to be doing this on the CRT monitor here, the IBM P70. So what's basically going to happen is I already have a copy of AIX installed on this machine. So what we're going to be doing is an installation that overwrites an existing installation, or if something already is on the disk. Like I said, this is an installation of AIX 5.1 for the Power 2 processor. I'm going to be doing a GNOME install. When you do a graphical install, it gives you the option of doing CDE, GNOME, KDE, or none. And I'm going to elect to do the GNOME install this time. One of the little gotchas when you do this is, or when you do an install for a AIX or an RS6000 that still has the key, is that you have to have it in a maintenance mode. You can't have it in the normal boot mode. You can take the key out in boot mode, take it out in lock, but you can't take it out in maintenance. It's kind of a good way to check. So the idea is you put it in maintenance mode. That lets it boot off of removable media. You want to have, let's see here, disk 1, volume 1 of 5 of the AIX 5L for power, version 5.1 in the machine, and then you can begin the boot process. At that point, it will display on both the serial terminal and the CRT a series of options saying, do you want to use this terminal for the console? And that then sort of carries over actually into the way the system is set up from then on. If you elect to do a serial install, it will always default to the serial terminal. If you elect to do a graphic install, it will default to the CRT the whole time. So let's get started. You have to bear with me. It's a new tripod, so it's a new way of trying to figure this stuff out. So first things first, I'm going to put it into maintenance mode. I don't have a disk in the drive, but you pop that one in. Well, we'll turn it on first. You can eject it into there or insert it into there when it's powered off, but it's probably a little bit better when it's on. And let's see here. Well, you can't really see, but there is a series of LED codes, number codes, that are flipping through here. And let's see. Well, see, I don't have the terminal configured because normally at this point you would be seeing, or you'd be probably. Well, no, that's all wrong. The reason I was saying that is the CRT monitor just went from power save and turned on. Oh, it's displaying a green screen. So the frame buffer just passed its diagnostic test. Why it chooses green as a fill color, I'm not sure, but hey, why not? So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't have the serial terminal hooked up, or at least configured. I have to go through the serial, the settings configuration to get that turned on. But theoretically, for an AIX machine with a properly working video card, you don't need one. So, again, it's sort of sitting here. It's not really loading anything up yet. I'm going to try to angle this a little bit better because we're going to be watching for the LEDs on this stuff. You can boot off a floppy CD or tape, or realistically any removable media. What that truly counts for, I'm not sure. Does a magneto-optical drive or a 9-track tape drive work too? I couldn't tell you, but That's a video I hope to show you someday. Is my 9-track tape drive. That thing is a yep. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, there we go. It's booting off a CD right now. Hey, yeah, and you can see that light. Fantastic. Because I don't have a whole lot of time and memory on this camera, I'm going to be shooting this in a series of clips. Because mostly the install is short bursts of activity followed by long periods of waiting. So this is the introduction. It'll get started, and then there's going to be a period where it's just going to be installing things for practically an hour, I think. At which point I'll start the camera back up. So let's turn this back to the CRT. We should be very close to that. Displaying something here is the LED display has gone blank, generally meaning that it's out of the post mode, the boot mode, and it's into a user program data, if you will. Oh, I spoke too soon. It's doing some more LED codes. I don't fully understand the AIX boot process. Even when the system's working, operating normally, it'll be a series of flashing postcodes, followed by a lull, if you will, followed by a second set of postcodes. Perhaps the second set is more of the systems, subsystems. Like, for example, right now it is displaying, again, I'm sorry, you can't see that, it's displaying 570, which generally means it's trying to resolve its own host name on the network. Now, I just went to 517, now 512. If I'm remembering correctly, that's booting IPL off of removable media or something like that. Hopefully I can put a link or just a dump of those postcodes in the description for this video, so if you are trying to follow along at home, you can also find out what your postcodes actually mean. There's some really just out of this world stuff in there, like floppy drives and 9-track drives, and asynchronous serial adapters, and FDDI links and Ethernets, and graphics adapters and serial adapters, and it's truly a legacy of equipment and technology. So we're on 828, 821. Oh, I just saw the keyboard LEDs flash. So we should be very close. There's that 570 again. So now, was it doing 570 in the background the whole time, or is it just trying it again this time? Couldn't tell you. Waiting. Remember how I said there's a lot of hurry up and wait? That's the AIX. That's the AIX world. I truly hope that this isn't this slow on any modern machines. So now we're in the 900s. 500s again. 593. Oh, and there we go. We've just got video signal. A single underscore little character there. Oh, and we're on C46 for the codes now. Whatever the devil C46, now C42. And I can see it flashing some of the floppy drive lights, and I hear it, I think, seeking for something on the hard drive. So what we got here is, please define the system console. Type the F1 key and press enter to use this display as the system console. And then we got French and German and Italian and Polish and Spanish, and then, boy, I'm not even sure, I believe, all manner of foreign languages. Now, if we were looking at this on the serial terminal, it would say press, I believe, 1 or 2, the actual numbers 1 or 2, not F1 or F2. So we're going to press the F1 key, hit enter. The CD drive is flashing a bit more, and it's doing a spinning character down there. Shouldn't. See, I can hear it doing something with the hard drive in there. Okay, so now it says type 1 and press enter to have English during the install. And then, of course, we got up to 6 other choices. Or, as default, there's an 88. You type in the number 88, and that gives you help. But we just want to do 1. Or you can just hit enter. That's the default choice. I'm going to do 1. So, welcome to the base operating system installation and maintenance. Type the number of your choice and press enter. Choice is indicated by the right pointing carets. So do we want to start install now with default settings? We actually don't. Do we want to change or show installation settings and install? We do. Or do we want to go into a maintenance mode for system recovery? Now that's something I'm going to try to cover in yet another video about the AIX system, but that's good to know. Basically you can boot off of CD-ROM, and this, again, remember this is 1994 or so. AIX 4.3 circa 97. What could boot off of CD in 97? Windows 98 I think was about it. So it's pretty advanced stuff for its day. So we're going to do number 2. So here's the installation settings. System settings, method of installation, preservation. See there, we don't actually want to preserve anything. We want to overwrite. So we're going to press 1. And here are our options. We can do a new and complete overwrite. It overwrites everything on the disk selected for installation. Warning, only use this method if the disk is totally empty or if there's nothing on the disk you want to preserve. In our case, there's nothing there. Or preserve, where it preserves some of the existing data on the disk for installation. It overwrites the user, the var, the temp, and the / file systems. Other product application files and configuration will be destroyed. So we want to do 1, hit enter, select the disks where you want to install, and since I only have one 9 GB drive in here, we want to select the number 1 and then press the number 0 to continue, or you can type 77 to get more disk information. Let's see what that is. Well, that gives me the physical volume identifier, whatever that may be. Well, apparently I can keep doing 77. Oh, there we go. SCSI ID numbers, LUN IDs. That really means much for right now because we only have one disk in there. And now we're back to the original thing. But it's the root VG, it's bootable, location code is basically all zeros. So let's go with 0 to continue the installation with those. So again, the primary language is all set to English, which, well, I'm English, or American, so English is what we want on the United States install. So let's go to 3, the advanced options. And here we can see the desktop settings. Right now it's set to CDE. We want to change that. So press 1. It does no desktop environment. If you're just going to do a server with serial or SSH access, that's what you want to do to save disk space. You can do GNOME, which is what we're going to do. You can do KDE, or you can do CDE. Let's cycle back to GNOME. And then there's the Trusted Computing Base. Now, I don't know what that is, so let's do number 88 for help. Well, let's see here. Of course, it says number 1 cycles between CDE, KDE, GNOME, or none. Choosing none results in a minimal install. Okay. Number 2, and enter switches between the no, the default, and yes. To enable the Trusted Computing Base, the Trusted Path, the Trusted Shell, system integrity checking are enabled. Trusted Path protects the system in case a program is masquerading as the program you want to use. Trusted Path tries to ensure that the programs you run are trusted programs. Installation time is reduced if you do not enable the Trusted Path. Well, I remember now that Trusted Computing prevents us from doing compiled installs, I think. So, since it's going to be not a big deal for us, we're just going to go without it for now. So let's do 0 to go back to the menu beforehand. Oh! The desktop you have selected, GNOME or KDE, is not part of the operating system and is installed from the Toolbox for Linux Applications Media, which I have right there, that little tux. You'll be prompted for the media later in the install process. To select another desktop, return to the advanced options. If you do CDE in this case, you don't get this prompt. To continue, press 1 and press enter. So we're going to do 1, enter. They're GNOME and KDE freeware packages. They're prepared for using the RPM package manager. Basically, it continues on with licensing stuff. We're going to continue with the install. And now that we are happy with all of our settings, we are going to hit 0 to begin the install. And now the CD drive will start thrashing a bit, and basically, here we are. If you use the system key to select service mode, turn the system key to the normal position anytime before the installation ends. It's actually pretty important. So we're going to do that. Simple as that. So the install does take quite a bit of time, so I'm going to shut the camera off, and I will come back when there's more news to show. So stay tuned.